I understand that you have taken many pictures of UFO and of the Pleiadian. How could you take those photos?
That's a very funny thing. I have my film camera, my photo camera.
Yes.
If I go outside, the most of the time I carry them with me, but I never can get a picture if I not get the order to shot one. If I can get the picture only by an order of the Pleiadians, and then I will get a real good picture.
Did they tell you a reason why they order to take a picture?
For proof.
It's very amazing. Amazing pictures. And may I ask you your background? Could you tell us about your background? I mean, your profession, what you're doing?
You see, my whole life I was working by about 300 or 320 different professions.
300? Oh. So, what were you doing when...
Just now I call myself as a watchman.
Watchman? Well, what do you mean, just looking up the sky?
No. Maybe in Japan too you have the night watchman. Something like that.
So you were working...
The last business I was doing was a watchman here in Switzerland.
Oh. Well,
and now I'm living from my rent only by 830 Swiss francs a month. With my wife, 3 children and 2 other persons.
So how can you get the money?
That's a rent from the government.
Rent?
Yeah, for my cut arm.
Oh, I see.
That's about the third part of that money what needs other family in Switzerland with 5 or 6 people.
That means government giving you the money or the company? The government?
It's a government company.
I see.
And they pay a monthly rent for my cut arm. 830 francs.
So before then you were working as a watchman with some company? Yes? Some factory? Or?
In a factory, yeah.
In a factory.
Yeah. And other time in Zurich by a watchman company.
Oh, I see. And 1975?
1974 I finished my job. And still from that time I living from my rent only.
Oh, I see.
I'm writing, take my photographs and everything.
I see. Now, so you were...
I'm writing down everything from the contacts, the knowledge, the spiritual teaching and everything.
I see. Now, when you take a picture, could you describe how you're going to do, how you do this?
It's very easy.
Yes?
So, that's a very simple old Japanese photo camera.
Yes.
I can turn here, you see?
Yes. Oh.
And that I can do very quick by one hand. That's a single camera I can use.
Oh.
You can't change anything here. You can see by yourself.
Okay. And it's very easy to use in one hand.
I say that's the single one I can use. All that they are too complicated, because you need 2 hands to handle them.
Just take this way.
Yeah.
It's very easy.
That's very easy.
I see.
It's very quick.
And you know, when you are taking a picture, there should be many people walking on the road, or you know, living in the house, and or you know, running the car. They might see the same thing.
You see, that's very funny. If you take this here, I think that's now the ship. I'm staying here with my camera. Everything around the ship, up, down, behind, by sides, will be closed. Nobody can see anything. There is a free line only to see something through here, the camera, or to my face, to my eyes. Then I'm staying here, get the picture, to get the picture from the ship. You stay there by the lamp or by the tree. You can't see anything, because there the sighting will be closed for you. It only will be open this way to the camera. And this happens the most time.
How could they do it?
I don't know.
They have, you know, how about this one? You use the tripod with this?
With them, yeah.
Yes.
I put it on the tripod. Then I have here an automatic. And then it works.
I see.
And two, it's a camera that I can handle by one hand only. It's here.
I see.
That's the single one I can find. Maybe.
And at that time, when was it?
It was outgoing winter time, I think 1976.
The same year of that shot.
It was the same day.
Same day?
Yeah.
And how the saucer coming?
We have got to go there to the front to tell you. You see there behind the mountain?
Yes.
About a third part from here to the mountain.
Yes.
The ship was moving from the left side to the right side. And right side, left side, right side. Always on that way.
Yes.
And then at later time, before it left by sunset, it moves behind there the tree. And you have seen the picture, and there I got 3 pictures by my photo camera.
So how many hours altogether from the beginning?
Altogether I've been here up for about 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah.
How many pictures did you take?
Between 70, 90, 100, I don't know exactly. Most of them I lost somewhere, stolen, I don't know.
Now this is the site where you took the picture of the UFO. And actually, how did it come? Did it fly?
Yeah, at first I took the film, the movie, and then it was flying always that line, forward and back, forward and back. And then at the end, when was going down the sun, also by the sunset, it moves here behind, few meters behind the tree, and then I got here 3 pictures.
Oh.
And the sun was somewhere there behind over the horizon.
And how many minutes it stayed here?
Oh, this was maybe 20 seconds, 30 seconds, not more. And in that time I got these 3 pictures. It was maybe, I don't know exactly, maybe 5 meters behind, 3 meters behind, I don't know.
And when was it, this one?
That was 1976, I think.
76?
Yeah.
Should be autumn.
Yeah, it's outgoing winter time.
Right. And it was right after the sunset or before sunset?
No, before sunset. You see here behind the ship is the sun.
Yes. So maybe 6 o'clock, 5, 6.
Between 5 and 6, I think it was. Yeah. It was evening time. But the time I don't remember exactly.
But I think it's very huge one, like this. Where was the UFO, the saucer?
About 3 to 5 meters here,
somewhere
behind
here.
the tree.
Yes.
Yeah, somewhere here up.
Oh. And nothing behind the tree.
There is nothing behind the tree. A deep valley, that's all.
Right. But this ship is very huge, maybe 7 meters. 7 meters across. Yeah.
You see, you can't go over all the world to tell each human being this happened now on that way, that's now the truth. You can get the analysis from a computer, but to the people not will believe.
Right, right. So
if they see the ship by themselves, they get the picture, then for them it is true. But if somebody else get the picture, they say that's a fake only.
Right, right. So did they tell you why they are not going to show up himself? I mean, themselves, you know, why they don't come visibly to the people?
Yeah, you see, they told me different reasons. One of them is they thinks and means and says if they turn over the sky at day or night time and the people will see them, the earth people here, they will come to be afraid. Maybe they will turn over in their mind or something like that. And it will come a panic. The other thing, they say they have to be very careful about their own weaves from their own body and about the weaves from the earth humans. If they come together, they will turn over in their mind, because they are living in every case on a very much higher level than the people here. And if they go to show them by their flying around the earth, the humans, the earth humans, they will try to catch them. They will, by the Air Force, send up planes, fighters against them, and about all that they are very afraid.
But I think they have, much better science than us. So they can, protect themselves from the Air Force attack.
Yes, of course, that's very easy for them. But you see, I think it isn't useful. Why they shall show them to the humans if they go to fight against them? It will make trouble for them, for us humans from this earth, and maybe for other one. Because the Pleiadians, they aren't the single one who comes to Earth from other stars. That's the village Hinwil, on the side of a plain.
Yes.
That's area around Hinwil. Cows, how you see.
So this is the area where the UFOs coming.
Yeah.
Many times.
And there to the right side is coming the Bachful mountain. Behind that hill is the other, what we call Bachtelhörnli, where we got the film yesterday. That's the east side of Hinwil. That's the west side here, with the lake of Zurich, that you can see in the background. Then a lake of Greifensee. It's coming on here now. There to the right side is coming on now Lake of Pfeffikon. That's the north outgoing road from the village Hinwil. There to the right side the Catholic Church. That's the beginning of the village Hinwil. Two on the north side. That's our house where my family and I was living at the year 1975, when was going on the contacts by 29th of January. It's our house again.
29th of January
1975.
You contacted with
Semjase. Yeah.
The name of the street?
Wiehalden Street, number 10.
I see.
That's my wife. I, without beard at that time. Here again, with somebody from Germany.
So
with playing stones.
This film taken in 1975.
1975, yeah.
I see. Your house again?
Yeah.
Isn't it too big for your family?
Yeah, it was a very big house. That's the other side of the house with our dog, my wife, and the smallest boy. That's the first contact place outside of Hinwil. It's a natural place.
So how did it happen? You came here by motorcycle?
By my motorcycle, yeah. In the afternoon between 1 and 2 o'clock, I think. And there, on that place, I got at later time, some few months later, the sound of the ship. And this here again, the first landing place of the ship. There where I'm staying, she landed with her ship.
29th of January?
Yeah.
Yes. What is the street?
That's the sighting to the north side. There was staying 3 pine trees. At later time, then months later, I have seen that I was eliminated by semyase. There I show where was staying that 3 trees. And there in the background you see a small pine tree. There I got the sound of the ship. And where I'm staying there was waiting the witnesses. And that's other landing place at later time. Inside the forest. Where we get then landing tracks.
This is the landing.
Yeah, it looks like a triangle, and each of such a landing track has in diameter 182 cm.
Centimeter?
Cm, yeah, centimeter.
So is this the first time track of the UFO? Is this the first contact one?
Oh, I think so. This was the first landing tracks we got. And they was staying there for about 2.5 months. And the grass always in a track is turning to left side, and it didn't grow up again. First, if you cut the grass, and the new grass is going up, then it grows up again, but not before.
I see. And when was it happen? Did it happen?
Please?
When did it happen?
Oh, this happened 1975 too. In the middle of the year, I think it was summertime. But you see, I don't remember exactly. There you can see the turning grass, and that's a footstep from a pilot girl.
Who is the name? Semyase or?
No, Playa. That's the sister of Semyase.
Only one footprint?
No, there was some more, but the other one, they wasn't clear. And there isn't any sign in it. It's flat like a table. These are the landing tracks again of one of both ships.
Is this also first time you got the
landing tracks?
Track?
Yeah.
And this is
the west side now, and the ships they left to the north side then, and there you can see how big are the tracks.
Very big. So it was almost 7-meter diameter.
No, the landing trucks they have 182 centimeter each one. And 3 of them are by each ship. And that's a place where I got the first movie picture. There was a tree staying, how you see it there, where it's hanging over them, the ship. And that tree was eliminated later by Semyasi too. And that picture I got, I think, February or March 1975 in the evening time, about 5:30. It was snowing, raining, and dusty. And in the front, between the tree and my film camera, there was some people working, a farmer, an old man, and a child. And if you have good eyes, you can see the ship. It isn't in the front of the tree. It is a little bit behind the tree.
Yes.
And this flying doesn't the normal flying of these ships. That's for demonstration only. If they fly on the real normal way, you have seen there how I was moving the tree now. If they fly on the normal way, they have a good line without this foolish jumping and everything.
I see. Would you repeat it again? あの部分だけはこれじゃないね。いや、これだよ。動いたでしょ。もっと動いた気がしたから。だからね、あの部分だけを独立使うことを考えるから、引いてるところから少しずつズームった方がいいんじゃない？あの前をね。どこやったかな。急にしてみますか。まだだね。やっぱり一つ広げといてね。これで。まだだよ。When? Do you know when? いや、もうそろそろ読みますか。
Now I think. Just a moment. You see?
Yes. 見えた？今さ。
Because it comes to the front, overflies the tree and then it jumps.
Right.
もう一回寄っとくからね。もう一回やってくれる？
もう一回？
もっと先だけ寄っとくよ。
Again?
先だけ寄っとくよ。うんじゃないね。
これだよ。この後スープだよ。これ。ほら。今。見えた？
これ今一番アップしてるけど、よっしゃ。いや、もう一回戻して。
まだ。今映って、撮ってない。
はいるよ。撮ってるよ。
もう一回やる？ OK。Will you repeat it again?
Again?
いや、それぐらいしないとちょっとどれが次のね。
あれ？
まだ。
So already passed?
Yeah.
Oh, so they already passed.
Yeah. But
the movement of
You see?
Oh,
Right there.
そうだ。オッケー。いいよ、今ので。二段ズームで、オッケー。
いや、今、じゃあ、引いてますか？あんまりやって
わかんないんだよね。
あんまり引いたらわかんない。
このぐらいでごまかしとかでくれるね。ね。下になっちゃってね。これだって下の枠出して、なんとかフレーム取ったのをバランス取ってたら。
肺をパラッといた肺に、フックがなんかしてダメかな。今の音。
これずっとこの9デシでいっちゃうの？
いや、これカットバルで違う絵になったら、ゼロでいって。
はい。じゃあ、用意しといて変えてこの後ずっと円盤の動いてるばっかり入ってるから。
これはまだいいですね。
Only once we can see
これグッと言っとこうか、円盤に。
Yeah, one time only.
It's very strange. 何ですか？
これ寄っとこうもう一回。長いもんね。
You know, at that time when the ship was flying directly over the tree.
Oh, wait, change.
That's the
ちょっとこれ巻き戻す
movie from Rumlikon, where we was yesterday. You know, they are down the road with the
これ
cars.
近いかな？同じだね。寄ろうかな？寄った方がいいね、これ。
You see there behind is the former building.
Yes. 自動車が見えるからこれ引いといて。
And here is the film several times cut.
Yes. 自動車が今撮った。
About that you have the jumping.
Yes. We can see.
自動車見えてる？
見えてる
モニターで。
自動車が。
いやいや、モニターで。
モニターで見えてる自動車。
今どう
撮ってた？
あ、これギリギリだ。
ギリギリ。
いや、これそれも下入れてんだけどね、フレームね。じゃあもう一回巻き戻してもらってくれ。じゃあもうしょうがないからフレーム出しちゃうよ。自動車はその大
Could
切
you
だから。
repeat it again, please? Because we couldn't see.
なんか出たな、あれ。ちょっとゴミ吹いた方がいい。
Will you stop, please?
自動車走ってたら夜よね。11月だね。わかんない。これ動いたでしょ？
Did you say when did it happen?
Summer 1975.
Yes.
June or July.
Yes.
And I've told you here the film is several times cut.
Somebody do it?
Man in Germany, because I didn't understand anything to cut a film.
Oh, I see.
And then he was doing for me, and some pieces he took out and cut it to and put it together again, and
terrible. 寄ったのもありますか？これ自動車と一緒に ね、素晴らしい。
You see, and the ship is about half away to the road there down.
Oh,
When we was staying yesterday by the forest,
yes,
you remember?
yes.
That's the first place in Rumlicum we was yesterday. And here the ship is jumping away. There the film isn't cut on that place when the ship jumps away. It's nearly the speed of light and you can't see anything. It is here and it goes.
パッと消えるって。
There is some there too.
Right. 消えた
You see, and at that time when the ship leaves,
Yes.
then was gone all the winds, all the voices of birds and everything what's happening around. Then you can't hear anything, you can't feel anything, not a light piece of wind or something. It all comes back at that time when the ship returns. And myself, by the camera, I had something like an electric shock.
これ夜よりゆっくりね。でも夜っぱなしにするこれはね。
UFO に来てないんだよな。これ枝に来てんだよな。
いや、UFO に来てる。
ちょっと甘いみたいな。
小山だな。
動きにだってごらんけど。
あ、気づいた。やってみる？ちょっとさっきのが合ってたんだよな。
ちょっとずれた。
どこの味した？Can you repeat it?
上それ。上のやつ。
全部ちょっとで勝てるさ。はい、じゃあ、もう一回。全然じゃあ、OK、そこ。
今いい。ただ、通転した時にどうなるかちょっと問題。大丈夫だ。
Right. これの方がいいや。Beautiful craft.
You know, the terrible thing is only that man, how he has cut this film.
Yes, it's terrible. And it appeared again?
No.
No.
Some 2 years I don't hear anything from him again. He told me he understands very much from films to cut them, to put them together on the right way and so.
So after you zoom in, they cut it out.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Is this the same day of the other one?
Yeah, it's the same one. But you know, he cut it, put one piece to the front, one piece to the back, the other one he took out, and so.
How about this? Is this the same one, same day?
The same day. That's all the same film.
これやってみようか。
ああ、寄ってくる寄ってくる。
いや、行っちゃったの。ね。
向こうが来る
That's
から。
working with my zoom, and I was looking over the camera, not
ああ。
into the camera, you know.
向こう勝手に行っちゃったんだよな。うまくいっちゃった。
これリピートしないで大丈夫ですね。
もう、だってしょうがないでしょ。まんまに撮ってくれ。
あ、もちろん。これもずっとまんまでいってください。塗らないで。
ね。
向こうからこっち来るのとこっちから向こう行くのはそのまんま撮ってるでしょ？
撮ってるけども、
フルフレームで
ギリチョンだからね。な、フルフレームギリチョンだから、上の枠を入れるぐらいのなんかして。
その方がいいね。Could you repeat it, please? 少し、すごく汚れてるね、フィルムが。
これでやろうね。もうこれはいいでしょ。これどうなんかなったの？
どうもなんないと思うけど。
なくなったんです。消えちゃう。
消えちゃうんだよな。
今これでカットが終わりです。
光が結構当たったり当たらなかったりするんだからな。
寄らないとわかんないよ。
That's a satellite, you know, but it was today to get the picture there.
Oh, yes.
今日のやつでしょ。
When was this?
That was at the same month,
わかんないよな。
1975, Summer, June or
あ
July.
れがそうなの。寄ろうか。
寄ろうか、いっぺん。
わかんないです。
いっぺん寄ってください。
これはそうでしょ。だからこれまで広げるよね。
それでわかりました。
わかった？まだプロ枠入れてるからね。見える？
I think today I was walking too high up.
これでわかりました。
There I told her in telepathic way to move a little bit.
This 1975
Yeah, to 1975.
of what month?
June or July.
June or July? Yes.
ね。
It is very small. It's very far from here.
Yeah, it is. It's far behind.
Yes.
かこれ。
出るんですか？
両線ちょっと見えるけどね。これはなんかわかんないでしょ。
お、変わっちゃった。
That's Haftelhörnli.
一番上です。
That's south side. From there where we got yesterday the
Would
picture.
you repeat? 今度上を This is where?
Haftelhörnli, where we was yesterday. But only that's the south side.
こうね。
Yes.
これでわかるの？
はい。
There then she's hanging up now very high and then she jumps down behind the hill.
あ、急に降りてくるって。
Then she will scroll up again, fly up again slowly in a zigzag line. You see her
あ、
there?
下へポッと映ったね。あれ、もう一回行こうか、今の。パッと映るところ。ね。 Can you repeat it again?
Mm-hmm.
あ、下へ寄るかなこれ、長いから。ね。
上の寄りがありますからね。
You see, if she jumps, there is always like a flash coming on.
Oh.
And sometimes I got a small electric shock.
Oh, you got.
Each time when she was jumping.
You got this
Why,
electric
I don't
shock.
know.
Uh-huh.
That's the east side where
Yeah.
we got yesterday the pictures.
Oh.
There behind in the middle, you see, in the saddle, the mountain where we was this afternoon.
What is
Where we was climbing up the road.
what is the month?
The mountain there behind where we was climbing up today by the cars.
I see. What month?
Langenberg, I think is the name, or something like that. Where we got today the pictures, you know.
1975?
Two, yeah. On no, 1976. On March 28th or 29th of March.
So this is the first film which we could take. You could take 3 of the crafts. 3
Yeah.
crafts.
Yeah.
なんすか？
気がしますね。
なんすか？フォーカス？
これ一個寄ろうか。
I think where leaves the other 2 ships there, the film is cut, I think.
Do you know what is the?
No, I don't know. You see, that's there up where we was this afternoon, where was so very much wind.
I see. Could you repeat it again?
で、よりをね。
これはカットが切れてるね。誰かが抜いちゃったんだよ。Is this a new type of the UFO?
That's the new type there, yeah.
Yes.そろそろ終わりだ、引いて。
But what's happened with this line?
左が。
You see, the picture was more to right side than we got today.
Oh, yes, yes. そうだ、これ京都とかの、yes. It's baffling.
You know, the wind there up. And that wind is there up the whole year so strong.
やった方がいいかな、一回。動きあったっけ、これ。
わかんないんだよね。覚えてないの、これ。
これ記憶ないんだな。
あ、動きでした。
戻ってるな。記憶なくなっちゃった。
Is he coming back again?
Yeah, several times. She turns from the left to the right and back.
うん、ちょっと揺れてるところやろうかな。ふらふらふらふらって入れて。
You see, there's still wind on the bench.
いなくなっちゃう。あ、光った今。モニターで見えた？
When I left the place there, I was frozen outside and inside.
Yeah, it should be.
It's always very cold there, too in the summertime.
I see. But this is winter.
Yeah, that's winter.
光ったところ寄ろうかな、後で。もう一回リピートして。
Könnt ihr vielleicht rausgehen und die Tür zumachen?
Could you please repeat it? 今が一番光ったね。これでもう多分、終わりだと思う。こんな光るわ。
Macht doch die Tür zu dort hinten.
今度は新しい絵が出てきます。
これはあれだけだな、物だけだな。
うん。
これをこっち来たりする。
これこっちしたりするやつだ。
That's my bad Zoom working.
This is bad Zoom. I see.
We should try something to do boots, you know? Something such kind of things.
How can I adjust the frame?
見えたでしょ。じゃあやらない方がいいですね。
Yes. This is right. It's okay. うわー、すごいね、これね。ピカピカ光るの。これズームしてるんだって、彼が。非常に下手なズームで申し訳ないけど。下の山見えてますか？
And too, with the camera I was jumping because I was frozen and make like that, zittering. That's my working camera.
今下の山見えてますか？
今のは知ってます。
あ、ここでまた山が切れる。
You see here I have done exactly the same thing than in Rumlikan. I was looking over the camera and working with the zoom.
Ah. So you didn't see the window?
No.
No.
There always I was thinking to get a warm coffee.
Okay. You repeat it, please.
No, for the whole time the ship was staying always on the same place. It wasn't moving.
Yes. Repeat?
いやいや、この後のやつを。
やるの？
ええ。
これだ。
まだこの山入れとかない。
この辺はなんとなく20じゃないって感じするんだよね。
でもそれが一番いいと思うけどね。
糸は見えてる？
最初の一番。
上から下げてるのは？
糸は、前になってるからね。生。と、円盤についてます。
ゴミだらけだね。私たちね。
わかんない。いいですよね。
It's the ship from Semyase when she was starting after a contact and flying up into the sky. Then she changed her color. There was some like firing from the red. It came yellow and then very white the light. And there she was sometimes jumping very terribly. And it was about 1.5 or 1 mile away from the film camera. You see now the color changing. And that's 1976 too, in the middle of the year. You see there 2 landing tracks from 2 Lyrian ships.
Yes.
They have 3 meters in diameter. And by the Lyrian ships, everything will be burned when they start again, because they have under the ship some balloon of gas, and that will be exploding if they start, and then it burns everything if it is burnable.
Did you check the radiation?
No. We only have seen the ring outside is very sharp cutted.
And burned inside.
And inside everything burned. And about an hour later, inside it was full of insects. Every kind of insect you can find here in Switzerland. But outside there wasn't anything, not one insect was going around there. Everything was inside of the burner.
And they were alive?
Yes, they still was alive. That's Konrad Schutzbach.
What is the white one? The ash?
Ash.
I see. We cannot see insects now.
No, the picture is not very clear. But from beginning. That small tree I shot by the laser pistol, what I got from them to test.
I see. So this and the burned tree at the same time.
Yeah, that's the same time there. Yeah.
So at that time, 2 ships came down.
Yeah.
In London.
One was Menara, and the other girl, I don't remember the name.
What is this? What is this? Nothing.
On June 12, 1975, the Pleiadians directed Edward Meier to the location where he would succeed in taking this remarkable 8mm movie footage. By comparing the size of known objects to that of the UFO, the approximate diameter appears to be 7 meters. Here the beamship can be seen to float up and down in a gentle manner. But as we continue watching, we will soon realize that this film contains a rare sequence, the moment when the UFO disappears suddenly. Meier says that the beamship can travel through multiple dimensions. We assume that this is that moment of transformation. In this segment, not only does the craft disappear, possibly to another dimension, but it also returns. Next, the film is checked to determine if some type of trick has been used, beginning the examination where the object disappears and reappears. Now, examine the film frame by frame. It is discovered that the actual disappearance occurs in only one frame, in less than 1/20th of a second. After extensive analysis was completed on this segment of the film, it became clear that there was no trickery involved. Now, examine the exact moment that the UFO reappears. This time as well, there is no detection of trickery. Surprisingly, when the craft appears, the frame becomes very bright. This means that there is some type of energy affecting the film itself. It occurs within 1/20th of a second, the exact time required for the ship to reappear. In June of 1975, Mr. Meier set his 8mm movie camera on automatic, so both he and the Beamship could be captured in the same scene. Meier explained that this is the location where he sat to wait for the craft to appear. Meier took great pains to create this scene as he wanted to establish proof that he was indeed having contact with the Pleiadians. His method? Arranged to film he and the Beamship simultaneously.
And then the second time I was sitting here.
During the first few moments of this segment, the craft is not visible because the NTV video camera that filmed off of Meier's original 8mm footage has a smaller viewfinder. The zoom work is being done by the Japanese video crew. The small camera is set on automatic and secured to the tripod.
The whole picture looks about 2.5 or 3 minutes.
The Beamship can clearly be seen floating silently and gracefully while posing overhead. Meier says a strange calm prevails just prior to the appearance of the craft. Even the birds in the area stop their singing and movements, becoming very still and quiet. Perhaps it is because birds and animals have the ability to hear or have the sensitivity to detect the unseen energy or frequencies of the UFO. Meier shows Yowie the location where the Beamship first appeared and explained that it moved from left to right, right to left, and then back again left to right. The Beamship can be seen hovering above the mountain at Hasenbo. Then suddenly the ship begins to move. Closely studying the movement of the craft, it seems possible that the object is suspended on a string, perhaps connected to a long pole. But carefully watch the branches of the tree, which is to the right of the screen. It is obvious that the wind is blowing fiercely. But the Beamship remains perfectly still. This observation leads us to believe that the ship is not a small model suspended by a string. If the ship were suspended by a string attached to a pole, a different form of movement would be seen. The Beamship can be seen to stop in midair, without any form of hesitation and no wind-related movements. If the object were a model suspended in some manner, it would react much differently in a strong gusty wind. This ship stops and does not waver. When the Beamship begins to move, it sails smoothly without any hesitation. This indicates that there is no physical obstruction of any kind. During a replay of the footage, a forward and backward movement will be observed as the craft stops, if it was suspended by something. For convenience sake, lines will be drawn where the ship stops and where it begins moving, affording the observation of any unusual wobbling or swaying. It is obvious that the Beamship stops abruptly. Zooming in on the Beamship, one can see a light, possibly some type of energy, as it begins to move. The understanding of what this is, or could be, is limited. Only theories exist. From the analysis of this footage, we know that there is a gusty wind, yet in contrast, the Beamship remains stable. At this time, Meier was using the zoom lens on the 8mm camera. A difficult feat for a man with one arm, and the reason for the lack of centering in the viewfinder. At times, the spacecraft emits a burst of light from the top of the cupola and the flange or rim of the circular object. While filming this segment, Meier recorded the sounds of the Beamship, as indicated by the Japanese subtitles.
この時、マイヤー氏が撮った UFO の音を聞くと、UFO が近づくにつれて吹きつけてくるエネルギーの風がマイクに大きな音を。
Watching the footage and listening to the recorded sounds, one can readily determine that when the craft moves closer to the recorder, the strength of the noise increases, thus indicating the strong vibrational frequencies emitted by the ship. On March 29, 1976, Meier took this outstanding series of photographs of 3 Beamships hovering over a wide valley near Bakhtel Hornli. It is an extreme rarity to capture 3 UFOs in the same photograph, especially with the clarity of these. But to Meier, this remarkable photography had become commonplace. The video crew hiked to the site where an old farmhouse stood near the edge of a steep mountain cliff. This is the location where Mr. Meier filmed both still photographs and 8mm motion pictures. Meier remembers that when he first arrived at the site, he was nervous, excited, and wanted to begin the experience immediately. Then, without warning, the Beamships arrived. As in previous segments, the ship is not affected by the strong wind currents. He also noted that they repeated the same stable movements exhibited in the past. In the lower part of the screen, automobiles can be seen traveling on this major thoroughfare. Meier captured the same scene with one addition, a UFO hovering overhead. This amazing footage captures known objects, cars, and an unknown object, the Beamship, on the same frame.
もう一度今のシーンを見てみよう。
Here, the Japanese utilized the freeze frame technique in order to determine the size relationship of the Beamship to the car.
マイヤー氏はセムヤーゼに呼ばれて何度もこの UFO に乗ったというのだ。
This 1979 MTV footage shows the site where Meier shot his 1975 sequence of the Beamship hovering near a farmhouse. As this footage dissolves to Meier's original film, note the Beamship beginning an aerial display above a large tree which once stood near the farmhouse. Meier recalls that he was guided telepathically to the location and that the weather was bad. Snow and rain fell throughout the day. Once again, the erratic movement of the craft gives the appearance of an object suspended by a string or wire.
この場合の UFO は一見糸で吊り下げられた模型のような動きをしている。だが注意深く見ていると UFO が確かに木の向こう側にまで回り込んでいるのがわかる。
Close examination of the film clearly shows the craft circling behind the large tree. When the size of the Beamship is compared to that of the tree and the house, it becomes obvious that due to its size, it would be impossible to suspend with strings or wire. In addition, the top of the enormous tree can be seen to move as the craft passes over it. This movement can be attributed to the backwash of air created by the ship. Watch again. Once more, the branches can be seen to sway from the force of the Beamship.
確かに木の梢が UFO の動きとともに揺れるのがわかる。
Mysteriously, within 3 hours after the filming, Meier noted that the tree began to die. Inside of 3 months, the tree was gone, leading to the conclusion that perhaps the electromagnetic radiation or energy contained some harmful elements that might have killed the tree. This segment clearly illustrates that the Palladian Beamships are capable of transcending dimensions at will. Watch closely. The craft is seen hovering in the upper portion of the screen. Then suddenly, it will literally jump down to a point just above the knoll in the lower center of the screen.
You see, if she jumps, there is always like a flash on the bone. And sometimes I got
UFO がこのような瞬間移動をするとき、なぜかわかりませんが、私の体に一瞬電気のようなショックを感じるんです。
Why I don't know.
Now we will examine the film frame by frame. Analysis failed to detect any alteration or trickery in the film. At the moment of the dematerialization or jump, the scene becomes very bright, unreasonably bright. Could there be a correlation between Meier feeling an electrical shock during the contacts and the film becoming brighter? Now analyze the Beamship's dematerialization scenes we reviewed earlier. 3 frames prior to the disappearance, a green exposure is observed in the lower part of the scene. The same phenomenon occurs within 3 frames of the return of the craft. It is believed that this film indicates that the beamship is emitting some sort of energy within 3/20ths of a second, just before the ship dematerializes or rematerializes. We close this investigative report with some final comments from Mr. Edward Meier.
The materialism way isn't the true way for the life of a human being. There are 2 points who are very important, or they are very important. That's the materialism way and the spiritual way. They have to work together. Not only one of them have to work. And to change this again to the real way, to the connected way by materialism way and spiritual way, they comes here again to teach the earth people over some few months.
So how
That's
many...
the only reason they have. That's their own saying. Not to bring war to earth or to bring peace to the human here on earth by themselves. If we want peace and knowledge and love and everything here on earth, we have to change everything by ourselves as human beings from this earth.
This true story that took place in Switzerland is far beyond common knowledge or understanding. The beamship footage taken by Edward Meier is astonishing, but it's so clear that it's almost too good to be true. Because of this, there are many people who do not believe this case is real. Despite this, the evidence presented in this video investigation has been backed by facts from many scientific fields of study. Still, each individual must personally decide for themselves their levels of beliefs concerning UFOs in general, and more particularly this case.